Hey, I'm Andy, we're back with another FLEEKAZOID video, and this one's a little bit of an old one. It's something that came out before I checked this channel out. So, yeah, it's also about Payday 3. So it's titled, Is Payday 3 Still a Dumpster Fire? Oh, dumpster fire. So, yeah, I've done a Let's Play of Payday 3 when it first came out, and I thought it was, mediocre. Like, I didn't have any issues with it, and I thought it was okay. It just wasn't great. And like, people comparing it to Payday 2 was I don't know, because like Payday 2 had so much DLC that came out for it, whereas Payday 3 was a fresh game, and I don't think there was a way to compete in terms of content at launch. So like, I was gonna give it a good wait and see to see if they made things better, added more content, stuff like that. So yeah, this one, I guess FLEEKAZOID's gonna say. So yeah, I'm gonna just check it out and react to it. And I mean, it's FLEEKAZOID, so it's gonna be good.
Release Payday 3 was a certified dumpster fire. I made 2 videos on it, and I still didn't cover everything.
Wait, he made 2 videos of it already?
Payday 3 was a certified dumpster fire. I made 2.
I'll say I'm gonna pause. So, why Payday 3 is doomed, and Payday 3 hates people with no friends. So yeah, in my Let's Play on my gaming channel, I've done my video by myself. So I don't think I've won that match or that session. It's been a while. So yeah, maybe I should check these 2 out just as to see if there's any similar feelings.
2 videos on it, and I still didn't cover everything wrong with it. But one man had a vision for a world where every issue I had with
because now it's justified for him to make a whole video talking crap about the game, ignoring all the positives and just focus on the elephant in the room that will clearly get patched or fixed. Yeah, just like that. That's also like the coping thing I've seen, because I was very much in the middle, where I could acknowledge the good and the bad. I mean, obviously there was a lot more bad than good, but I was willing to wait and see. But yeah.
Payday 3 was fixed by the very next week. A vision where Payday 2 players wouldn't judge Payday 3 by the contents of the game, but the character of its visionary roadmap that features things such as an unready button. Now, I didn't see his vision at the time, but do I see it now? A few days wiser than the last time we spoke, I'm here to ask, is it next week yet? Hell no, it isn't even tomorrow, pimp. Holy shit. I'll tell you how they're doing. They added an offline mode that doesn't function offline. And if you have no Wi-Fi at all, you can't even make it past the start screen.
I guess they took notes from the crew from Ubisoft.
Get that shit out, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go one by one. Number 1, praise Jesus and Swedish meatballs, the matchmaking got fixed. Now I can finally go back to ruining people's stealth runs.
I just can't wait for these guys to find out this isn't actually a stealth mission.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, which they're about to find out right now. There's the camera, there's the camera. Number 2, let's talk about the AI.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess in Payday 2, if I were to join a public lobby, it seems like if it was stealth, they would be done within 5 minutes, right? Or if they go like guns blazing in, it will still be done in like 5-10 minutes. I could be remembering things wrong, obviously, but that's how I felt like in Payday 2, because people had the optimal builds among optimal builds, and it's been out for so long that people knew where to go automatically and stuff like that, whereas Payday 3 is still new, and I don't think at this point in time there was an optimal build, just as long as you can successfully join in a lobby.
I compliment the AI for improving, because I went to take a shit in the middle of a heist and didn't die somehow, but after looking at the footage, I kind of realized that the enemy AI and the friendly AI are just equally special. You know what I'm saying?
As internet historian would say, the enemy was far more A than I.
I kind of realize that the enemy AI and the friendly AI are just equally special. You get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Pip? Sometimes I wander
was
around
not
maps and
great.
just stumble upon Dozer sitting his fat ass in the basement doing nothing. One last thing, still can't command my squad mate to stand in a goddamn circle. Number 3, turning a negative into a positive. The laggy servers we had on launch have now left with the player base. Now the game just crashes like a man.
Wait.
Launch have now left with the
Oh, I was looking at the all-time peak. I was gonna say like 69,000 is actually pretty. Oh no, it's only 1,000 some. Is that more than? Obviously, it's gonna be less now, right? Versus the time of this recording, but I kind of want to compare it to Veilguard or stuff like that, but. I mean, this is probably less.
Player base. Now the game just crashes like a
So
man
this is more-
with goddamn
more
dignity.
niche.
And no, there's no rejoin feature, nor is it on the roadmap. But remember, this is the initial focus roadmap. Rejoin could easily be on the stretch goal roadmap. And as for voice chat, they don't know of such technology in Sweden. And now let's slow down
Wait,
for a second.
there's no voice chat. I thought there was voice chat, or at least like proximity chat. Because I always turn it off when I'm recording just because I don't want to risk it. But I thought there was voice chat.
Because now I want to break out an entire problem this game has. These Swedes hate fun. Payday 3 is neither realistic nor power fantasy, but instead a purgatory where everyone gets fucked. Their
Wait, did he
design
play 2
philosophy
though?
is, that looks like a fun idea, Felix.
That's what I wanna
Where
know.
does this piss me off the most? The new guns. The DLC guns fall into 2 categories. Good ideas, bad execution. Bad ideas, worse execution. They were in such a hurry to get this marksman rifle that does SMG damage out there, when we should have been slinging dual Uzis by Christmas.
Okay, so he has played
Had
2.
the damn UMP-45 when we should have had an MG-42 by Hanukkah. I should have been able to smack a bitch with a spoon by Easter. But here we are with the water gun for modern audiences. That being said, there are some good additions, but they took the balls out of every last one of them. They added an LMG with a 100-round mag, but then they balanced it with 6 body shots
Wait,
to kill.
what?
You take a one-shot revolver, you
Is that how fast it normally shoots?
100-round mag, but then they bounce.
Or is he just like left clicking one at a time instead of just spamming it? Although, yeah, I mean, bullet sponges are not fun.
It was 6 body shots to kill. You
It's
take
not
a
fun.
one-shot revolver, you force a commercial break between shots so you can't unload like you could in Payday 2. They also crank the spread while moving up to 1,000 so the bullets do a fucking U-turn out of the barrel. Now does the fact that I'm hip firing help anything? No, of course not. But what else am I gonna do with these boring perks? Run a hard scoping build? June's over, buddy. I'm not doing all that. And this isn't a DLC gun, but the 50 cal still fires disappointment and lies. And before you say
Yeah, I feel like that should be. Actually, I feel like that's not taking down a dozer. Really, that was nerfed.
if you want all that, why don't you just go play Payday 2? I am. We are. I'm just here for fun. The hell
Okay. So yeah, he is playing Payday 2. He has history and experience with. Okay, so it wasn't just like a dive into Payday 3 just randomly.
Why don't you just go play Payday 2? I am. We are.
So look at those numbers. Those are like almost 18,000 now, considering how long the Payday 2 came out. Yeah, it's still good. Like the gameplay is still good, and I think you can still play, right? I just remember, like I played so much of Payday 2, even having certain mods. I think it was like Hawkshood, until they made a better version of Hawkshood, which I forgot what the name was, but yeah, I was playing around the time when Hawkshood was the mod to get, or I guess not. It's just it wasn't technically a mod. It was like more user interface enhancements, quality of life enhancements, stuff like that. But yeah.
are. I'm just here for fun. The hell else do I have to talk about? How the Horizon Zero Dawn show got canceled after the showrunners realized that not even they gave a fuck about that game? No,
I totally
thanks.
forgot
I've
about
got
that.
$90 into this one. Like it or not, Starbreeze is my Swedish baby mama now, and I'm just popping in to see how everything's going. Now let me take a deja vu break for a second to say these two SMGs are a cock hair off, yet one can one-shot headshot and the other one hurts his feelings. Just bring back the numbers.
Wow.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
despite common belief, Americans can count up to about 200. And while you're at it, I noticed fixing the armor system wasn't on the roadmap. Let's get that on there because no one likes
Numbers
this
are
new
good.
Warzone armor plating system. And how do I know that people prefer the old armor system? Go into any match in Payday 3 and you're gonna notice that all of your teammates are wearing purple armor. Now what does this mean, Fleek? I'm gonna tell you, pimp. It means that they're all wearing the new kind of regenerating armor that's basically, much like the rest of this game, a shittier version of Payday 2. But as long as we're talking about new additions, Starbreeze decided, you know what people are gonna have a blast with? An enemy that hides somewhere on the map, spawning an infinite number of attack drones.
Oh,
and if you played
jeez.
Breakpoint, first of all, I'm sorry. And second of all, you know why this is a horrible idea. They're annoying as hell, man. That's really it. So now let me get this straight. I can't have a drum mag in my AK, but they can rip an infinite number of drones out of their prison wallet? Actually robbing a bank seems like it would be more fun than playing Payday 3 right about now. Jesus. But let's dial it back. It's been an intense 5 minutes of hate, and to be honest, I don't hate this game that much. I like many things about it. So let's change gears into the positive changes since launch. First of all, the leveling system is now based on completing missions rather than the challenges where you'd have to hip shot 3 werewolves on a blood moon.
Yeah, like for what I remember, I've like played after I recorded my initial like launch of it. Yeah, the challenges were. I feel like challenges to level feels counterintuitive. To me, like granted, I'm not like a game developer or anything, but if you set your leveling system to challenges, then people, I feel like people are going to be more focused on completing those challenges to level early on, rather than trying to play the game normally. If that makes any sense. Like they won't. I don't want to say like appreciate, but it might hinder them or make the game even harder to play if they're just focusing on the challenges. Like strictly speaking, like obviously there might be some exceptions to this, but that's just how I feel about just making challenges the only way to level up a thing in a game where there's co-op. And not just single player, right? Because I mean, if it's single player, then go at it. But if you're hindering the experiences of other players, then yeah, that's an issue, I think.
Came while your wife is in labor with another man's child, so there
That's
you go.
another
You guys are
story.
getting it. And they've also made 2 new maps and ported over 2 old ones from Payday 2, all on their own. Now, neither of those is the First World Bank, and neither of the new maps were a knockoff of the First World Bank, but they're trying. What is the scrappy upstart valued at? 474 million sex? That's gotta be a lot of real money. Good for them. Good for them, guys. I wish them well. And how could I forget? They also added a new perk line that lets you carry 2 bags at a time. That was a great idea, Rocky City. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I gotta snap back to reality here. On release, it was said by fans of the new shit that it's okay Payday 3 is lacking on content because Payday 2 lacked content on launch as well. They'll just sell the rest of the game after launch and make it great just as Payday 2 did. So now that we're 10 months down the line, let's find out how the race is shaping up. And
Okay, so this was 10 months after release, but I wonder, like, will Payday 3 survive as long as Payday 2? Like, will it still get all the different DLCs, additions, levels, characters, all that stuff for the same length as Payday 2 did, or will it just be at end of life support, not even close to that?
First 10 months of Payday 3's release, they've added 8 new weapons and 2 new heists. And the first 10 months of Payday 2's release, they've added 19 weapons and 8 new heists. And I didn't track how many mass attachments or anything else because I don't care. The point is, Payday 3 is falling way behind in the finish your game race. They're giving a rather presidential performance. They've taken so long to deliver on their season pass that they've renamed the tiers from 6 month and a year to silver and gold. You guys might want to update that.
Oh, they changed it? Huh. Would that be like... I'm sure that has to be like some sort of advertising thing that if people bought like the season pass like expecting the year stuff, and they changed it, then that's questionable.
Listing on Humble. And listen, I'm not gonna act like Payday 3 charging me for the rest of the game is new, because Payday 2 did that shit first. I knew what this relationship was gonna be. I knew she was a
Oh yeah, like before they consolidated all this into like one purchase. Yeah, this it was almost becoming. I mean, it's good to see the Payday 2 VR is free compared to like Bethesda, but yeah, it was getting close to comparing it to like Train Simulator with all the copious amounts of DLC. So, it came out in 2013. Okay, I was wondering when it came out. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. But good thing I think they did consolidate into one purchase, which sucks if you already own a lot of these and have to more or less rebuy the game just for the remaining DLCs. But if you're new, then I guess that's a good purchase.
Gold digger all along. What I'm saying is that I want Payday 3 to rob me of even more of my money even faster. I didn't think I'd have to ask a AA, AAA, whatever the hell A company to rob me in 2024. But shit, these are innovative times we live in, pimps. Starbreeze. If you're watching, baby, I've got an offer for you. Listen to me. For a measly $6 million, Sweet Pimp Inc. will advise you on how to repair this game's reputation. And here's a taste of the advice that you can expect. First, undo every last dumbass change your game designers thought was a good idea and realize that maybe wheels were just meant to be circles. Maybe regenerating armor is more fun than constantly rubbing my tits every 3 seconds. Maybe LMGs can go back to one-shotting bare chests and two-shotting light armor. Maybe we don't have to put a fucking intermission between the hand cannon shots. Maybe we can just shove all those drones back up that nerd's ass. Maybe the real vision of Payday 3 is just Payday 2 in a 64-bit engine. Maybe.
Yeah, that was. That's a weird thing. Like people, it showed that a lot of people like Payday 2. Like a lot of people, for the fans in that genre, like they liked Payday 2. Like, was it? Like I just wonder what was the financial comparison of doing the same but with the better graphics engine versus doing something completely different that might alienate the fans of the second one, you know? Because, like, I'm sure a lot more people would play it if it played the same, except that it just looked better, right? Because, like, a graphical upgrade, or like a graphical engine upgrade, could justify making, like, a Payday 3. But just, like, if you're just gonna just have all these inconveniences, it's like they want to make it more realistic, but then at the same time not realistic. It's like they misunderstood. Like I don't know, but it just feels like that they just misunderstood what they liked about Payday 2, the unrealism versus the realism. If that makes sense, I'm just rambling on. So let's continue.
That's enough. Maybe. We'll stay by the phone in case you call. Either way, I'm already $100 of bad decisions deep, so we're in this together now, Starbreeze. Like Thelma and Louise. Fleeking the fuck up. We're going to the edge of success, baby. I'll see you all next week. Trying to do big things, Viper, and you're getting fucked up by the same goddamn enemy. And if I get fucked up by him because Thanks to the flock of pimps for bankrolling this video, and another huge thanks to all the pimpers for buying the mass. What in the goddamn hell is that?
Let's see what kind of a shot you are,
there's
Pilgrim.
one.
Take a crack at this bottle. You missed that one. Try another. You missed that one. Try another. You missed that one. Try another. Nice.
I mean, I feel like that aiming is similar to Valorant, but Valorant is more precise. Like it's meant to be more precise, whereas I feel like Payday 3 isn't supposed to be as much of a. Using sim is the wrong word for it, I think, but realistic.
Try another.
No, what?
Yeah, another good video for FLEEKAZOID. Like there's a bunch of older ones that I missed out on, because I think the first FLEEKAZOID video I reacted to was something about Concord, but maybe I should check out the older ones when I have time. Like he said he made 2 other Payday 3 ones, so maybe I'll check that out. I don't know. But yeah, Payday 3 could have been so good. But yeah, I just feel like this is it. Like I said, I don't know the decisions, right, of the choices that they made, but surely having like the same feel for the game, like the same how do I say, like having the same feel, the same type of fun, surely that had to been an option for Payday 3, just with a better graphics engine, right? But I guess, and then like they could add on to it with different missions, different types of weapons, different characters, and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting because there was so much, at least from what I remember, there was so much goodwill before the beta came out. So it wasn't like Veilguard, right? Where they didn't really have that much high hopes, I think. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, it is what it is. I like ramble on for these, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a nice day.